Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and today we are going to be doing a book unboxing, except these are all my own books, if that makes sense. So I recently graduated college and my boyfriend and I moved into our first apartment together, so I have all my books packed. And some of these books have been packed up since like December, so I'm excited to go through them. I am getting new bookshelves tomorrow and I cannot wait. So look forward to that video. Today we're just going to be unboxing all my books and I'm going to show you all the books I own, but I probably won't go too in depth on them because I think there's a lot. I don't know how many. We're going to count at the end. So I'm going to go through the two books that I have that aren't in a box. So these are books I actually read recently. These are going to be in my wrap up. So I have In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle, not sure. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. These books I'm really not saying anything about because they are going to be in a wrap up coming soon, if not before this video. I don't know. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Flawless by Elsie Silver. This one, I cracked the spine so much. The book is like all crooked. I don't know if you can tell. Like the spine is all crooked and it really bothers me. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This book I have not read, so I'm going to put it in a different pile because I want to sort my books by TBR and books I've already read. Next, I have 3 boxes of new books that I'm going to do in a haul. I think I'll include these at the end of the video. But I'm going to do a separate book haul on these, so watch that also. So we'll open these ones later. Okay, we're going to start with this one. This box says some TBR, so some of these books I have not read. And these books I packed pretty recently, so I know what's in these ones, but this feels like Christmas. Okay, I have Jitterbug Perfume by Tom Robbins. The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. This one I have not read yet. Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. If We Were Villains by ML Rio. I read this one pretty recent too. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson. Haven't read this one yet. I've read the first 2 in the series and they're pretty good. Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This one I have read. Love on the Brain, Ali Hazelwood. Haven't read this one yet. From Love with Lukov by Mariana Zapata. Also have not read this one. I don't know how I'm gonna organize my bookshelves yet, so if you have any recommendations, let me know. I kind of want to do by author, kind of like how Barnes & Noble does it. But I don't know if that's gonna be weird. Maybe by author and by genre. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have ideas. I'm definitely gonna put my TBR books somewhere separate though. So if you have ideas, let me know. Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. I do not recommend this book. It was so weird. Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This one I have not read. I don't remember with this series because I've been listening to them all on audiobook. So Tools of Engagement, I have read this one, which I think that's the 3rd book. I went like way out of order when reading this series, but it's okay. Set on You by Amy Leigh, not sure. This one was kind of cute. It was a little gym romance. Meet Me at the Lake, haven't read this one. Dance of Thieves, read this recently, and my audiobook for Vow of Thieves just came. It was like on hold, so I'll be listening to that very soon and I'm so excited. Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murders. Haven't read this one yet, but I am excited to. It seems kind of fun, but I feel like I want to save that one for like October because like kind of spooky vibes. Hopeless, Colleen Hoover, haven't read this. Every Last Word by Tamara Stone. Haven't read this one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I've heard so many good things. And same thing for If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. Haven't read this one, but I'm looking forward to it, but I know it's gonna be sad. And Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. That was our very first box. We have about 7 more, so let's keep going. I think I'll do a smaller one. Ooh, this box I packed a long time ago. All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. Honestly, I don't even remember reading this. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Such a classic. At this point, honestly, everyone talks about it. Look how perfect that is. The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. I think that's it. That was a good book. Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I really like this book. It was such a cute like YA novel. Definitely recommend. You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. This was such a cute little duology. I don't think there's a 3rd book coming out, but I really liked this little like universe. It was so fall. Like it screams November. I love it. And October, obviously. The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. This was a miss for me so far. I think I've read 2 Beth O'Leary books and neither of them I really liked. So if you recommend one, let me know and I'll give it a third try. The X-Hex by Aaron Sterling, such a cute book. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I really love this book and I'm so excited for the movie to come out. I hope they do a good job with it. Shipped by Angie Hockman. This is a super cute, easy, quick summer book. If you're looking for one, recommend this. And that is all for our second box. Next, we have our third box. This is a decently big box. Let's see what's in it. I think this box is mostly the Shatter Me series. Okay, I'm pretty sure these are all the books in the series, but this is the Shatter Me series by Tahara Mafi. Then we have the Caraval trilogy by Stephanie Garber. I cannot wait to read Once Upon a Broken Heart by her. I am so looking forward to that book and the other two in that trilogy because they're just coming out in October, but I can't wait for those. These were decent. I definitely think the first book was super good and I think it could have stopped there. I don't think these other two were necessary. Next I have Unbowed by Wangari Maathai. This I read as a memoir for a class and it actually was pretty good. I liked it. Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum, I want to say. The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. I'm waiting for The True Love Experiment to come out in paperback before I read it, but I'm really looking forward to that one. I think it's like a companion novel. Like I think it's in the same realm. So looking forward to that one. Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. She has a new book coming out, or I guess it already did come out, and the cover is just like this but blue and purple and I love it. I need to get that book soon. Looking for Alaska by John Green. Such a classic. Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. This is probably one of my favorite books ever. Totally recommend this. I need to get Say You Swear by... I buy so many books, I don't even remember what I bought. I think I already bought Say You Swear. I think it's in those packages that I said I wasn't going to open till the end. So we'll see. But I think I already bought it. But I'm so excited to read it because I love Before We Were Strangers. And that's the only book I've read by her. I have All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. This was definitely one of her sadder ones. This is one of the biggest boxes I have. The first one on top is The Paris Wife by Paula McLean. This is a fiction novel about Ernest Hemingway's wife, I'm pretty sure. I read it, but it's been a while. My grandma gave me this one. It was alright. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This one put me in like a month-long reading slump, so it was a little bit boring. I just don't think I'm the targeted audience. I literally say that every time I have a bad opinion on a book because I don't want people to flame me in the comments. Next we have the Cruel Prince trilogy, The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. This is so good if you want like a YA fantasy series. Like if you're trying to get into fantasy, this is great. It's pretty politics heavy though, but I really liked it. Next I have the first two books in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Good Girl Bad Blood. I have the third one somewhere, I just don't know where. Midnight Library by Matt Haig, I think. Could be pronouncing that wrong. This one was a good book too. It's just simple fiction though, so if you're looking for romance, it's not that book. Finlay Donovan is Killing It by Ellie Casamano. I love this series so much. The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Totally forgot about this book. This was one of the first books like I ever read when I got back into reading. I think this box is a lot of the books that I read when I got back into reading because we have They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This was another book I read when I first started reading. Super good too. And of course, Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was also one of my first books. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Next, I have 4 of the books in the selection series by Kier Cass. I have all of the books. I just, again, don't know where they are. But here I have the selection. And then this is like the, not like a spin-off series, but this is the main girl in this book's daughter. So The Heir and The Crown. And then I have Happily Ever After, which is like short stories from the series. These are different characters' POVs. And then these 2 books I found on TikTok. It was one of those TikToks where the author makes it and they're like, oh, imagine your coworker got you pregnant, blah blah blah, find out what happens next by reading this book. So it was one of those. This was also when I first started reading. So that's Last Round by Charity Farrell and then Chaser. There's more books in this series. I think there's 6 of them. They're all companion novels, so you don't have to read them in order. But honestly, I wouldn't continue this series. This is the one that I found from TikTok, and then I read the second one. Or this is the one I found on TikTok, and then I read the second one because I wanted to know what happened next with 2 of the characters. But I'm not gonna read all 6 because I didn't like the writing. It's very spicy. So if you want a spicy book, read this. And it's just like cheesy. I don't know. But if you want it, read it. The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book actually surprised me by how much I liked it. I was putting this book off for so long, and when I read it, I was so happy that I did. Pack Up the Moon by Christina Higgins. So many people like this book. I literally DNF'd it with like 10 pages left. I could not finish this book. I don't know why. I did not like this book. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Again, such a classic. And when I say classic, I don't mean it as an actual classic. I just mean it as like books everyone I feel has read. Maybe. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides? I don't know. Here it is. This is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I don't have the dust jacket and it's really bothering me. This is actually the book that got me back into reading, believe it or not. I didn't love this book, but I liked reading. Like, I loved sitting down with a book. So this got me back into reading. Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. Not for me. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I still haven't seen the movie. I seriously need to watch it, but I love the book. I have 2 Mary Kay Andrews books, Hello Summer and The Santa Suit. Both I didn't love. It's told in 3rd person, and one of the like main problems I have is it was tell, not show. I didn't like the way it was written. A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. Unpopular opinion, but I freaking hated this book. It was so cringy, and I think I should have read it when I was like 12, not 20. And then the last 2 books we have in this box are The Stranger in the Lifeboat by Mitch Albom. This one was a really quick read. And One Day in December by Josie Silver. I also forgot I read this book, but I actually liked it. This was a pretty good Christmas book. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, next box. We have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. I've only seen like the first 2 episodes of the show, I think, but so far I don't love it. It's such a toxic romance, but I do want to finish the show. Now these are absolute classics, and that is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I have the whole series somewhere, but these are some of my all-time favorites. P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. Those movies I need to watch. I just finished Exo Kitty, which was like the TV series, the like Netflix original series about her little sister, and like the series was so cringy. It was like good and I loved it. So now I want to go back and watch like all these movies. Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. The 3rd one in this companion novel series comes out soon and I'm excited for it. I like this series. Finlay Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. This is the 2nd in the Finlay Donovan is Killing It series. The 3rd one is already out, but it's in hardcover, so I've been waiting for it to come out in paperback and I cannot wait. This series is so good. My Year of Rest and Relaxation by, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it. This is the first book that I like fully annotated and I really liked it. Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. This is a classic if you watch Sarah Caroli. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and then of course, Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is the original cover, I think. I want to get the other one just to have both covers because this is my favorite book ever. But I love this cover so much. Look how cute it is. I like this one better. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Here's As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. This is also the Hot and Hammered series, so Fix Her Up and Tools of Engagement are also in this little companion novel series. The Highly Sensitive Person in Love. I lied. This was the first book I annotated. This is nonfiction, obviously. This was a good book. Super insightful and helped me understand myself a little bit better. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. To All the Boys I've Loved Before and Always and Forever, Laura Jean, both by Jenny Han. The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. This is the 2nd Beth O'Leary book that I was talking about that I wasn't a super big fan of. I have Maybe Someday and Maybe Now by Colleen Hoover. This one I don't like the trope in, so definitely like look it up before you read it, but don't really recommend it. Okay, and then some more Colleen Hoover books. We have Layla, Ugly Love, and Heartbones, all by Colleen Hoover, obviously. The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord. This book is so perfect if you want one of those cheesy, cute YA novels. definitely pick this up. There is a second one, so I want to read that soon. But I think they only have these on Amazon. I don't think they're sold at Barnes, so gotta check that out. 9 Days and 9 Nights. This is the second book to 99 Days, I think it is, by Katie Cotugno. And this one you can definitely skip, but the first one, I would read that. And then of course The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, such a good book. Okay, that was all for this side. Now we're gonna move on to these stack of books. I totally meant to show these books earlier because these ones aren't in a box, but I'll do that now. And that is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings, Vow of Thieves. All my book piles are toppling over. This one I haven't read. The Happy Ever After Playlist by Abby Jimenez. Most of these books are TBR, I'm pretty sure. Ellie is Cool Now, and this is by Victoria Fulton and Faith McLaren. This is just a random book I saw at Target and I thought the cover was funny. Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Never Never by Colleen Hoover and Taryn Fisher. X's and O's by Amy Lay. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. This one I want to pick up soon, but I feel like I should wait until like November because it's giving those cozy vibes. Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. This is the same author as The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I loved that book. So this one I'm excited to pick up. And he also has a new book called In the Lives of Puppets, and I read the back of it in Barnes and it looks so interesting, but it's only in hardback. And I need it in paperback so they all match on my bookshelves. And then we have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which I actually have read. Oh, by Gabrielle Zevin. Such a good book. Okay, moving on to our next box. This also has some TBR books in it. We have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, one of my favorite books, A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Cannot wait to continue the ACOTAR series. I'm so excited. Killjoy by Holly Jackson. This is a novella that comes before the Good Girls Guide to Murder series, but you can read it at any point. Loath to Love You by Allie Hazelwood. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton also annotated this book. This one was super good. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, another super good YA book. And then we have Glass, Sword, and War Storm by Victoria Aveyard, part of the Red Queen series. Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. Bad Girl Reputation. This is in the same Elle Kennedy series I was talking about earlier. Roomies by Christina Lauren. If you're a Christina Lauren fan, definitely skip this one. It was not worth the read in my opinion. The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. And Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This is another little guy. Oh. These are all TBR books, and the first two, so pretty. Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. This book I will definitely be reading so soon. A Little Life. I'm not ready to read this book. I'm so scared it's gonna break my heart. A Court of Mist and Fury. This is also very high on my TBR list. And then we also have A Court of Rings. I cannot speak. A Court of Wings and Ruin. Finding Perfect by Colleen Hoover. And Losing Hope. Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the last book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Next box. The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I actually haven't read this one yet because I'm waiting for Final Gambit to come out in paperback. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Okay, I have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Six, One True Loves, After I Do, and Forever Interrupted, all by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If you want to see my thoughts on these books, I made a whole video on Taylor Jenkins Reid books, so go watch that. And then in hardcover I have Carrie Soto Is Back and Malibu Rising. King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, also part of that series. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This was probably one of my favorite Harry Potter books. The Box in the Woods. A Court of Frost and Starlight. And then My Son Marshall, My Son Eminem by Eminem, the rapper's mom. This book I also don't have the dust jacket too. Oh my god. Okay, next book. I'm literally gonna throw out my back. Ooh, this is a colorful box. We have The Layover by Lacey Walden. You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince. This is a Christmas novel. It was okay. The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. The Elite by Kiera Cass. This is also in the Selection series. Credence by Penelope Douglas. Please skip this one. I did not like it. If you like incest, maybe pick that one up. And on that same note, Underneath the Sycamore Tree by B. Celeste. The Last Chance Library by Freya Sampson. This was like a cute little palette cleanser book. And then All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This one's actually a Netflix movie, which I kind of want to watch. So Glad to Meet You by Lisa Super. This is actually the only signed book I have. My high school teacher gave this to me. I don't remember why, but it was like a cute YA book. Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This book was so cute. The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Unpopular Opinion. I actually didn't really like this one. I kind of want to give it a second chance, but this was not my favorite Emily Henry book. Hook, Line, and Sinker and It Happened One Summer, both by Tessa Bailey. Tessa Bailey's writing is not for me, which is what I'm figuring out very quickly. And then I have The Fine Print and Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, both in the Dreamland Billionaire series. Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. This one was kind of cute. I like this one. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. This one was also kind of cute. Little YA book. The Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. Four Aunties and a Wedding. This one kind of fell flat. The Atlas 6, and this is the like original indie cover. And then Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. And then I have my very last box, but my battery is flashing. So let's try and do it quick. Ooh. The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Holy cow. I have way too many Colleen Hoover books for someone who doesn't even really like Colleen Hoover, but we have Reminders of Him, November 9th, Confess, It Starts With Us, and Regretting You. It Ends With Us, Verity, and Without Merit. People We Meet on Vacation, The House on the Cerulean Sea, so good. I'm glad my mom died. 99 Days, this is what I was talking about earlier, really good. The Dreamers, this is about an epidemic where people are falling asleep and not waking up. This one was really good. And then Every Last Secret, this was also really good if you want like a short little mystery. I'm like not wording right because my battery's flashing and it's stressing me out. But I have 3 more books. 4. The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis. Maybe Not by Colleen Hoover. The One by Kier Cass, and The Restaurant by Pamela Kelly. This was a random book my mom's friend gave her, so I read it. I don't recommend it. The writing was similar to Mary Kay Andrews. It was just very like tell, not show. Okay, those are all the books that I'm gonna unbox. The other 3 boxes I'm gonna do separate in a haul video, so go watch that video to see those books. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys so soon. I love you.